and welcome to another show. Let me just fix this here real quick. Uh, Today's open talk. We'll be talking about some current events that are going around in this world. Um, Psychic readings, if you want one, just let me know. I'll give you one. I'm not trying to focus on that so much today. There's just a lot of things going on, and we keep our eyes peeled because there's certain things that are happening around the world that's drastically it's not getting better. Seems like we're going through a repeat in time. Especially, I hear my echo. I gotta put that down. Um, but yeah, there's a repeat going on, especially with this LBGQ, elemental P, QRXYZ 123 group. With the Democratic Party, also, I feel like there's a few dossiers that are being put out there, and things are happening, and it's like a repeat from 2016 with the Post nightclub. And now that this tragedy, supposedly tragedy, it is a tragedy where some people died, but the way they're classifying it as a mass shooting, um, I mean, it's just too coincidence. The coincidence is just too much. Um, 5 people ended up dying in a Colorado gay club called Club Q. I think over 25 people were injured, and 5 died, I believe. It seems reminiscent to Pulse nightclub from Orlando. And who was president at that time? Barack Obama. Who was vice president at that time? I don't know. Something's fishy. Something's not right. Something's fishy. When you smell, these Democrats, you can't trust them in a sense. And when they put out these dossiers, things they just like the Pelosi's, like with Pelosi's husband, saying that he was attacked and that he was all messed up and everything, but he was the one that opened the door, let the police in to the individual, and then that the individual attacked him, and yet he broke into the place, and I don't get it. It's just the story is so mixed up. It's just, if you want to discuss that, you could come onto the show. I will put out the link out on YouTube for this show, because this is an open talk, and I feel like other people should have their opinions and be heard about these topics. So let me go ahead and post out on YouTube and also on Rumble. Hello Rumble. Let me go ahead and put the link out on Rumble so that way I can get that out of the way. If you have an opinion, you're more than welcome to share. Hey, tag team, how you doing? You're more than welcome to come and share. There's a lot of things going on in the world stage, a lot of distractions. They try to distract us with this Buffalo snowstorm, which Buffalo always gets snow. Yes, this must have been, it was a record-setting snowfall, but it's not surprising to me for Buffalo to get this amount of snow because Buffalo is right next to Lake Erie, and they do get lake effect snow, and they do get buried. So it's not anything to be going crazy over, but the media wants to go crazy over it. And now they're highlighting this incident that happened in Colorado. And I feel like these distractions is just bringing up more bullshit. I feel like, and like with the World Cup, right? That's going on right now. That just started. I decided to boycott it. I'm not gonna watch it. I'll see the scores and so forth, but I'm not watching any coverage of it. I'm not watching any replays of the games. I think I'm boycotting the World Cup just because of the human rights issues, and not only that, I feel like the whole games are rigged, and the process of them getting the World Cup was rigged. So I'm not gonna support that. So I decided not to watch the World Cup. And I highly suggest everyone that are listening and watching, please boycott the World Cup. Don't watch it. It's not even worth it. It's just a fucking game. There's other things going on in the world, like the possibility of World War III starting within the next few months could be on the horizon. There's conflicts going on right now between with Iran and Iraq and Syria, and there's other countries that are getting involved in it. And Israel, you better be ready for this because this could be an all-out war in that area again, with Syria and Iraq and Iran. Iran is starting to bomb Iraq again, and Syria also is starting to bomb Iraq, given permission by Russia to do this attacks, which does not make any sense because who gives permission to bomb another country if you're Russia, right? Who are they to give permission to bomb anybody? Like, especially Iraq. They keep bombing that place. Why? Why this thing's been going on for over what 25 years now? And the war between all these people over there has been going on for decades, and not only that, but it feels like thousands upon thousands of years when they started throwing sticks and stones at each other. This war is a never-ending war, and I feel like it's just a way to profit from these proxy wars. But I have a feeling this is going to come down to something bigger. They're really trying to push the U.S. out of Iraq. They're really trying to push the support out of Israel. Definitely Israel is with the Palestinians and with everything that's going with the Turks. It's not going to be good. The next 3 to 6 months is going to be very, very, very challenging. Right now, we have the weakest president here in the United States ever. The worst president in the United States. He just turned 80 years old yesterday. And the oldest president we ever had in this country to run this country. And yet we have to listen to this. We have to listen to this dude because this dude has all the power to do whatever the fuck he wants. And the thing is that he's not running the show. His puppet, he's just a puppet. So the people that are pulling his strings are really wanting, chaos and craziness to happen. And we're getting a lot of repeats and a lot of weird situations that are happening. Let me go ahead and post this on the show on YouTube. Please come in and please let's have a discussion, because this is just a repeat of what's been happening over and over, especially with these nightclubs. Doesn't make any sense to me. How are they having these shootings in these nightclubs? Because I remember, and then this is me going to gay nightclubs, and I remember every single club that I went into, I got patted down by security. There was always security and a police officer standing outside of the club, patting everybody down. Every single club I went to in South Florida, and this is before Pulse, this is before the incident from this past weekend, there's always security and they pat you down. Some of them have metal detectors where they have the wand and check you for weapons. Now, if these people don't have security or are not doing these measures, then it's on them. That's their fault. But I don't understand, and knowing that what happened, and how the things are going on with these days, and how supposedly the hate crime is so high right now, and people are really going a little nuts, that you're not going to have security at your establishment, which carries, who knows how many people are in there, and who's carrying, what, especially at a gay club. You're crazy? Like, where is the security? We have had they don't say, they're not talking about anything of the security, who's in the front, who's who's running the club. I worked in the club before. I know there is security in the clubs. All clubs in South Florida, and especially gay clubs, have a security guard in the front with a metal detector to check to see if there's anybody bringing in knives, any brass knuckles, or guns that are prohibited in these establishments. They check you before going to the club. How the fuck these people got in the club and shot up all these people? That's my biggest, like, something's not right. Something doesn't smell right. It's shit. You know what I mean? And it smells really bad. And it seems like a fucking repeat. And this show is not going to be long. This is kind of like a rant show because it's an open talk. So I'm letting you know right now, this show is only going to probably be an hour long. So that way people could tune in and watch and listen, and they don't have to be so long, like 3 hours long. I'm going to save those shows for later times when I do my psychic readings. When people want to get a reading, they can come in and get a proper reading. If not, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to go straight to the business. And right now, this Pulse nightclub and this Q club, it's just weird how these incidents continue to happen, and it happens during a Democratic watch. Like, I feel like these things just happen under their watch. A lot of things that are happening is under their watch. It doesn't make any freaking sense. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's just like I feel like I'm repeating. I'm living in a repeat. It's like they with these weapons and stuff, and then they come in with these AR-15s and all these guns, and it's uncalled for. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And then the fact that it happens after a midterm election, happens after we had a crazy stabbings that happened, and I forgot where it's Iowa or one. I forgot what fucking state it was. We have 4 individuals stabbed to death. They can't even find out who the fuck did it. Like, they can't find nothing, no evidence, no. They only got stories, but they don't have any answers. And you got 4 individuals that were stabbed to death, and yet nobody knows who's the killer. Like, it's a mystery. And a lot of shit like this keeps happening. And then this is where I say, where's Jesus? Where is your Jesus Christ when it comes to all this shit happening in the world? Where is he? Where is he? Still waiting for the planet to blow up, because that's the only way we're gonna solve all these issues in this planet. If the planet goes boom and everyone is gone. And it's I'm not selfish, and I never will be, and I feel like the world just needs to just go bye bye. It's not healthy. It's not good. There's no love. It's all selfishness. It's all me, and having to pay bills, having to, always. It's like modern day slavery, but you got to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. It's like, we'll give you money, you work, right? They call it work. Okay, in reality, it's slavery. We'll call it work. We'll call it a job. You get paid for the time you spend here doing slavery work, and then we'll cut you a check, which we're gonna tax like a quarter of it, because we gotta give that money to the government. And then what we're gonna do is, with the money you get paid, you gotta take care of yourself. The corporations don't need to take care of you. They're like, no, that's what we pay you, so you can take care of yourself. You can feed your family, feed yourself. If you can barely feed yourself with the prices that are gone up so high, they really want to fuck with your savings. But yeah, take care of your car, take care of your insurance, take care of, like, by the end of the day, you don't have no fucking money. You got no money. By the time you pay all your bills and you feed yourself the whole month, and you look at your savings, you're like, where the fuck my money went to? How many people, say that? I'm pretty sure you guys think of it. It's like, where the fuck my money went to? Where is it? Like, I don't see it. It's all gone. That's that's the game we're in right now. We're in a fucked up world where we're being screwed every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second. You're being screwed. And it's all part of a plan. It's all generated by this government and governments around the world. It's called suppression. You guys are being suppressed. You guys will never achieve what you want because they don't let you. I'm gonna light up some of my medicine. I got some sage here I want to light up just to bring in some positive energy because right now it's not positive. Things are really upside down in this world. And it's so sad that people are dying left and right. Innocent people are dying left and right for stupidity. Stupidity. Especially with the LBGQ, LMLPQRX, Y, and Z, 1, 2, 3 group. It's just, there's always some shit with them. Always. It's just, it's, if you've seen my other shows where I talk about this LBGQ group and how they're just trying to normalize having children being abused, visually and mentally by having them go to drag shows. And it's always all these little things add up, because look what you're doing to the children, and the children, they're going to grow up. And a lot of them are going to have resentment against these groups that they were forced to watch and participate. A lot of people that decide, oh yeah, I want to be non-binary, I want to be non-gender, I want to be, whatever letter you want to be. I'm gay, and that's what I want to be, and that's what I am, and that's my choice. And not only that, but it's like I'm not forced to be in no fucking group. I'm just gay because I am, and I have a partner, and I'm very happy. But I'm not going to be here and be like a bigot and be political about the LBGQ, elemental PQRXYZ 1, 2, 3. I'm That's not my group. That's not my group of people. I don't agree anything about them. I don't agree about the children, being on these drag shows. I don't agree about their political views. I stop fucking putting these stupid images on movies. Stop pushing the narratives on cartoons, on children. Stop with the fucking commercials that are supporting and pushing your agenda. That's why these people are going after you guys and doing the things that they're doing. You keep pushing the fucking narrative on top of people that don't want to listen to this, and you guys are trying to brainwash them, and all you causing is more violence and problems. So I redirect the pointing the finger right back at the LBGQ, elemental PQRXYZ 1, 2, 3. It's your fault this is happening. And not only your fault, but it's also the government's fault for supporting them and letting them push this agenda to the most craziest point that can possibly be. I, as a gay individual, seeing from the outside in, I'm like, what in the fuck is really going on in this world? What is going on? This is not a healthy war. Like in our minds, it's like a war. It's like either you're gonna be part of this group or you're not. And if you're not, you're a bigot. You're this, you're that, and you're being forced upon all these. Like, no, don't need it. Don't want it. Don't need it. I mean, I'll bring you in. This is the topic for the night. We're sticking to this topic. We're going to be talking about this incident that happened at the Club Q, which is, what a name of a club, Club Q, right? And then the other massacre that happened was Pulse nightclub, and then talking about the wars, we're going to stick with that topic too, because I'm not done with that. Also, there was like this earthquake that hit a few days back over in Indonesia. There was a 5.6 earthquake, but you guys don't hear about that. Also, there was a plane that was taking off in Peru that a fire truck decided to want to get in the fucking runway, which wasn't authorized to go on the runway, and struck the airplane, struck the engines of the airplane, and the firefighters that were on that truck, both of them passed away instantly. Um, don't think there were any injuries on the plane, um, inside the plane, but the plane got destroyed pretty much. The wing, the right side of the wing, pretty much got blown out, and it was just a craziness um, that's happening over there. The distractions are on full fledged. Um, it's on the distractions this holiday season. There's going to be other attacks happening. I feel like there's going to be other things happening. Just keep a lookout. Stay away from large groups. Um, People in South Florida, be careful too, because there's guys that are trying to kidnap women. I don't know if you guys heard about that, right? Well, yeah, there's guys that are kidnapping women and trying to rape them down in Florida. Um, and this is not only in Florida, but this is going around the United States. But it's nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about the people that are, the females that are being attacked because they're not gay. So since it's not, they don't talk about it. You won't hear it, but you'll hear it from here. You hear it from me. I think it's fucked up. Women, please be careful this holiday season. With your purses, be careful with your belongings. Don't leave anything in your car visible. Put all your expensive gifts or whatever you purchase, put it in the trunk. Just be safe. Think safe. Be preventive. Don't leave anything in your car of value. Be very careful this holiday season because I feel like people are very desperate right now, and people are at a point that they're opportunistic people that's going on, and you just want to be safe. You know what I mean? Stay away from large groups. This year, it's not gonna be good. This is gonna be really weird this year, and the fact that I want to do things and I want to go to New York. I want to see the Christmas tree, the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I call it this year because it's the most pathetic tree I've seen in a very very long time. That's going to be put up in New York. Um, and I'll probably broadcast it so you guys can see. I think it's pathetic. I think it's just they should have let the tree just live and not put a tree up. It's just I don't know. It's just propaganda. That's all it is. It's all propaganda. Holidays is just it's just they want you to feel a certain way, but in reality it's to help the economy. It's all the sales, all the people buying shit. It goes to the government, all the tax money, because remember you pay taxes on every item you purchase, and people forget that, and yeah, and that whatever we do this holiday season is for next year's budget. It's what projects next year's budget. So they know they're gonna get a certain amount of money for next year, and it's all because of this holiday season. That's what they depend on. They depend on the holiday season. I wish people would just not buy anything and from Halloween to Christmas, buy nothing and don't support the holiday. You'll see this country crumble. You'll see all countries around the world crumble if no one was to buy anything. It's just it's not good. The meaning of Christmas is taken away by the money. It's all about money. At the end of the day, government wants to make their money. Everyone's gonna push their narratives, push their ho 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 and Merry Christmas and oh yeah, you gotta buy for here, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy that. No, bitch, I don't gotta buy nothing. You know what I mean? I'm okay getting nothing for Christmas. Shit, I already told my partner like not to buy anything right now. The only thing I need is a chair, but that's for me for my back. Other than that, I really, don't want anything. I don't really need anything. I'm okay. I'm comfortable. I'm not so materialistic. There's certain things that I do like, but don't mean I have to have it. I can like it, don't mean I have to buy it. Really don't. So yeah, it's just I'll be on for another 32 minutes. I'll bring in Albie now so we could discuss about let's talk about these current events. Yo, Albie, what's up?
Oh, what's up, buddy? I left to go get cappuccino, so
All right, go get your cappuccino, and then
I already had. I'm straight now. I got what I need.
good, good. So yeah, man. Yesterday I didn't do no show. My internet was acting a little wonky. I know when my internet's acting wonky, when my cell phone starts acting wonky with the internet, and my tablet was acting a little weird. So I didn't decided not to do anything because I was going to do an exclusive on Rumble, but I decided maybe it could wait a week. The internet wasn't so good. I was watching my football games, so it was weird week in the NFL, anyways. But I did watch a show yesterday that Amber Dawn did in the evening time. I actually fell asleep watching it. Um, it's just it got really, it was it was a good show. It was progressing, and Amber looked beautiful as usual. And she had a couple of guests on, but I got so tired. I was really tired, and I fell asleep. I was knocked out, and I fell asleep watching her show. I did a Albert. That's what Albert does. He falls asleep.
You
he
know,
falls.
I rewatched the video. Yesterday I watched Open Talk show that you first had when you were discussing about me and the whole bit, and I was thinking, well, just a while ago, I found one of my friends that I hook up with for my weed. He
Mm,
says he don't mind giving me a ride to the DMV to set him up when I'm ready. When to
yeah,
go get it, he'll drive me to to get my
it doesn't take
state
long.
ID.
It doesn't take long either. Like
Yeah,
once
but I
once
need to have the money. I need to come up with the money though.
once you come up with money, you get the paperwork, you fill it out, and you take the proof of address. You have to take a couple of letters or stuff that are sent to you in your name with the address. Post it. You take that with you and take your. I'm not sure if you need your social security. I'm not sure on how it is nowadays.
Well, I'm just going to bring the necessary forms that I would when people apply for a driver license. I'm just going to, bring that there to prove it to them. So it
So
should go.
yeah, just get it done. Get it
I'll just
done.
show 'em my old ID. I'll just show 'em my old state ID and have this town right there.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll get it done. Just get it done. Back to the Q Club over in Colorado. I just don't understand like the stories that are coming out from there, and they're already coming out with testimonies and people talking about what happening, and they're all sad, and they're making this into a Pulse nightclub again. Which Pulse, a lot more people died at Pulse compared to the 5 that died at Q Club, Club Q. I just don't understand where was the security at the club, because I know 100% for a fact that the security in the front door is armed. They have armed the clubs that I used to go to had an armed officer in the front and security in the front, and they always pass the metal detector on you to make sure there was no weapons coming into the club. This individual was able to get into the club with a weapon and fired upon everybody inside. It's it's just I don't know, when you smell like something's not right, something's not right. Like the Pelosi, her husband, with him saying that he was attacked and all this and this and that. I call bullshit and I smell bullshit. And this incident too, I'm calling bullshit. I'm smelling bullshit. I feel like this is a replay of dossiers that they keep pushing like out, and the media is just swallowing it up and just pushing the narrative. I feel like this is something that it's premeditated. A lot of stuff is being premeditated and pre done, and a lot of it is pushing the narrative of this LBGQ, elemental PQRXYZ 123. And it's sad, but it's so fucking true. Like, enough is enough. Stop pushing the narratives. Stop pushing the bullshit. Like, it make people have a choice of what they want in their lives. If they want to be straight, and be whoever you want to be. If you want to be gay, that's great. If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian. If you want to be a transsexual, do your thing. But don't push your narratives on anybody else. Don't try to force other people to be who you are, because that's unacceptable. You know what I mean? There's so many transgender people now that are regretting having the surgery, are going like halfway into their treatment, and they're kind of backing out from it and don't want to do it. They said, I'd rather be a man than have to go through this. It's just, once you chop off your goodies, that's it. You're done. You know what I mean? Once you chop off your penis, you ain't getting it back. You chop off your dick and balls, that's it.
Let me ask Lisa, he's got a bro. Then he has to reset his internet function on his phone.
What?
Hold
on. I'll put you on mute for a second, because you take care of that over there. I'm trying to talk about something. When you chop off your goodies, that's it. But you think that by chopping off your goodies that you're a woman? You're not. You're still a man. You're a man without a dick and balls. You know what I mean? Your hormones, you can't change that inside. You're always going to be a man from within. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't. Like, they need to stop pushing that narrative. They really do. It's harming people. It's making people more mentally unstable. You're having more. I think this Gen Z has the most problems of any generation that have ever been on this planet. They have more depression, more anxiety, more problems, more instability, questioning their sexuality. Not like, when you're born, you're either male or female. There's no in between when you're born. Oh, but I was assigned this, but I don't feel this. Well, then, you know what? That's upon you, but don't push your narratives on other people, because we don't need to be pushed or be trying to brainwashed by your bullshit. We don't. You know what I mean? I don't go around saying, "Oh, you got to be gay. And if you're not gay, you're not going to be a part of my show. I don't want you here because you're not gay." Like, what? That sounds stupid. So don't push your narratives on anybody. If you're straight, you're straight. You're gay, you're gay. You're lesbian, trans, bi, whatever. Stick to yourself. Don't push your shit on anybody else. We don't need that. Don't need it at all. That's why there's so much mental health issues. It's because they keep pushing these stupid narratives on people and pushing people to their limits, and they break. I'm pretty sure this guy, whoever did this, who knows who the fuck he is. But I just feel like this is all a fucking distraction. It is a distraction, big time distraction. We just had a White House wedding where, Biden's granddaughter got married at the White House. I wonder who paid for that bill. I hope that bill didn't come from us, from the taxpayers. I hope they didn't use taxpayers' money to have this wedding there. But that's shh. don't talk about it. That it's not so much in the news. Everything's all, yeah, they just mentioned it, but then they keep it quiet. They suppress it. You know, now they're trying to blame Candace Owens. You know, which she has a podcast. She's you have to go check her out, Candace Owens. They're trying to blame her for the massacre that happened in Colorado, and they keep calling it massacre. I go, no, it's a shooting. It's not a massacre. It's a shooting. Yeah, 5 people died, but that's not a massacre. Like, people, the media needs to be careful in what they say and how they choose their words, because that is not a massacre. That's a shooting, and that's not good. And yeah, it's just people need. Let me see, love and light, my spiritual friend. Oh, thank you, Andrea. How you doing? If you want to come on the show, you can come on. We're talking about the distractions and what's going on current events. A lot of certain things are being suppressed, and others are being pushed to the forefront, especially like with this LBGQ, LMLP, QRXYZ, 123 group, and a lot of other things that are not being talked about. It's more serious, and yet they're just trying to push a narrative, and I feel like it's gonna get worse. The next 3 months is gonna get heavily worse, like to the point where we're gonna be fucked. we are, and we're heading towards it. You know, there's other things that are happening behind the scenes, and I can see it. It's all part of the game. It's all part of their chess match. You know, there's gonna be power disruption. There's gonna be food crisis, big time food crisis, happening this upcoming year. Actually, within a month, it's gonna be really bad. Gas prices are gonna rise up to a crazy amount, especially if a real war breaks out. There's going to be a lot of suffering. Just make sure that you save up a lot of money. I wouldn't really want to keep it in the bank, because the banks, there's something funny happening with the banks. I feel like they're going to want to try to go to a digital currency. And if they do that, we're all fucked. Basically, like, you can't save money, physical money, anymore. You're not going to be able to put money underneath your bed or between your mattresses or hide your money. You won't be able to do that anymore. You know, I'm suggesting people, if they have extra money, buy gold. Buy gold, buy silver, physical. Get it in your hands. Don't buy digital. Buy the real shit. Buy gold. If you have, let's say, an extra, I have, whatever amount in my account, but I have extra money just sitting there, buy gold. Because the gold prices are going to shoot up even more. When this stuff hits digital, like, gold is going to go right back up again. And, our currency, our money is backed by nothing but debt. And that's not good. Yeah, I told my mom that too. I hear you. Okay, yeah. Buy gold. If you have extra money, get the physical gold, get a gold bar. It's gonna seem stupid, but trust me, that gold holds value, and you can get your money back with gold, especially pure gold. It's the best way to, even for your savings account, for your 401k. You could convert that money into gold. Even if you get digital gold, it's better than no gold. Gold will always have its value. It doesn't lose its value. It doesn't. It just, it's a precious metal, and gold has a lot of energy within it. And you're gonna definitely need to do that. Um, she buys gems and precious stones. You know what? I would stay clear from the gems and precious stones. I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't even invest in that. Mm-mm. I wouldn't even invest in diamonds, because at any moment in Africa they could influx even in China they could like infiltrate the markets with all their bullshit diamonds and just kill the market and kill the prices of diamonds and gems and all that stuff. Like, I wouldn't even go there. I'll just buy gold. Buy gold. And tell her I highly recommend it. If I'm getting goosebumps saying it. But we're going to head into a crash, a market crash. And it's gonna be a horrible fucking nightmare come true when the housing crisis that's gonna come back again, and we're gonna have more fucking problems with the financial district. Look what happened with this stupid crypto company, the FTX or something like that. Some crypto billionaire like corrupted the system and stole billions and billions of dollars from people, and now the company is bankrupt. And like, it's the biggest scam Ponzi in global history. That's just happening. That's happening right now. And how many people are being like aware of that? Not much, because they really don't want you to talk about it. But there's like millionaires that had invested into this crypto, and it went to shit. And guess what? It's dragging all the rest of the crypto down with it. So the prices of crypto is going down, and it's going to constantly continue to go down, because guess what? It's backed by nothing. Just like the US dollar is backed by nothing. If you don't back it by gold or silver, it's worthless. It's worthless. Um, yeah, Andrea, and 54 Hector. Yeah, tell her, listen, I know you love the gems. I know you like, these precious stones, and they look beautiful and stuff, but they're not going to really hold up value compared to gold. Compared to gold, no way. Mm-mm. You'd be better off getting that $1,000 and buying it in gold, you know? And that's the most secure, easiest way to protect your future. Especially if you have a 401k account, if you have a savings, if you have your retirement, um, like, convert it into gold. And I'm pretty sure the banks, there's a way of holding your gold in bank accounts where you can hold the physical into a safety deposit box and just load that bitch up with gold. It's just like, because once we change into the digital dollar, we're screwed. You're not going to be able to purchase anything with physical dollars. So that's going to really cut out, and they're going to know everything that you spend your money, who are your transactions with, especially drugs. This is a real big, it's going to be an answer and a problem when it comes to, like, how are you going to buy your drugs? How people are going to buy their medicines? How are they going to buy, let's say, their weed that they get from the dealer? If they can't pay physical cash and they can't transaction with physical cash, what are they going to do? Digitally transfer? Okay, you could digitally transfer, but guess what? There's someone watching that transaction. There's someone that's seeing a lot of transactions going to this one individual from other people, and they're going to question why. And then they're going to end up having, like, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. The future looks so freaking crazy with this digital money. It's not good at all. Not good. Digital money, um, because it's just anyone can manipulate the digital world. You know what I mean? The physical dollar, the only way you can do that if you have a really good printing machine and you have the proper papers and everything to fake the bills. Other than that, that's very fucking hard to duplicate. But you don't think a fucking smart ass little kid that's probably in elementary school right now that's gonna grow up to be the world's biggest hacker is not gonna be able to go in and takes people's money digitally? Come on, man. Shit, the government does it right now to people's accounts, and you don't think a kid could go in there and digitally take your money? Like, anything that's in the internet, anything that's part of the internet can be manipulated. I said that a whole bunch of times. I hope people get it. Anything connected to the internet, anything in the internet can be manipulated. Those little kids are fucking smart. Yeah, they're smart already. And they're smart asses too. They're smart asses, but they're smart. But they are smart. And they're picking up a lot too fast. That's that's the biggest problem today is technology and how advanced we've gotten. And how did we get advanced? Where did this technology come from? How did this come into people's minds to create? You know what I mean? Nobody questions that, and nobody. It's like it's blank. Like, do you know? No, because it's just we just buy. We just buy, and we don't question what the fuck, like how the fuck this shit got to how cell phones work. Like how does that wireless? I was grown. I don't know, because when I grew up, we didn't have cell phones. We either had the phone on the wall, or you had to go to the payphone and pay 25 cents to make a call, and you had 15 minutes for 25 cents. And if you wanted to speak more to the person, you had to add more change. You could add 5 cents. I think it was like for another like 3 minutes, 10 cents for like 10 minutes, or something like that, and then or 8 minutes, and then 25 cents for like another 15 minutes. Back in the days, it was like you had to pay the phone. But guess what? Those phone calls were all monitored. There was always someone listening on those phone calls. And to this day, everyone that uses a cell phone, everything gets recorded and saved in a data bank. You have to be careful in what you say on your phones, because if you don't, you're gonna have the ABC gang knocking at your door. So you gotta be careful with that. Let's see. My daughter is in 4th grade and she's learning to work code at school. Holy moly! Yeah, you see what I mean? At fourth grade. So she's 9 years old. She's gonna be 10. Um, she's gonna be really brilliant. Like, she's brilliant. I could see her energy. She has this ray of light. She's funny, spontaneous. Oh Lord, she's spontaneous, Andrea. Very spontaneous. she's I'm the way I'm smiling, that's the way you're gonna be smiling. Like, she's just, when she grows up, she's gonna have her issues, especially when she gets like 16. Because I see the 16 that came up. It's like 16 is always an issue. Boys is always an issue. It's just it's a cycle. It's the way life is. But that's the year you're gonna be like. So enjoy the moments now, because she's gonna drive you crazy at 16. She's gonna drive you wild at 16. See, I see things because I hear it in my head, so that's how I just relay it. Uh, it's just really, it's really interesting. Let's see here. Bring in Sterling. Don't know what channel you came from. I don't know if you're on YouTube, but I'll bring you in quick, and so I'll give you your moment to speak. Hello.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Let me bring in Albie too while we're at it.
Hey, Rick.
What would you like to talk about?
Well, first, thanks for having me. And to answer your question, I just searched, I think, Open Panel or StreamYard. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm on StreamYard. It's an open talk on YouTube and on Rumble.
Yeah, so I searched StreamYard and I changed my filter to live. So yeah, that's how I found you.
Cool. Right on.
And as far as what I want to talk about, first, tell me a little bit about this channel. What do you guys usually talk about? Because
I do psychic readings, and also talk about current events. We talk about anything that's pretty much everyday life, from finances to I see things in the future. So I kind of warn people beforehand, especially with the cryptocurrency and with gold and silver, which I highly suggest people going for the gold and silver instead of investing in crypto. Yeah, that's pretty much. And I do a lot of psychic readings.
I would actually like to talk about the psychic stuff. If
Okay.
you can.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I don't know much about it, and I don't want to knock you down, or I mean, I come with all respect, but I don't mind challenging anyone, including you, even though you've been a gracious host so far. Thank you. But with all due respect, and I'll put all my cards on the table, not tarot cards. But
I doesn't say what cards. I was like,
no, but like I don't believe in the psychic realm or spirits or supernatural, anything, and I want to be forthright about that. And I guess if I had a question, it would be: have you ever heard of the Amazing Randy?
No.
Okay, I'd like to speak on that, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So, like, his name was James Randi, Randi, right? If I'm not mistaken, and he's a magician. Yeah.
Okay.
He did like he passed recently in the last year or so, but he was really popular in the 80s and 90s as a magician, and he did like the sleight of hand type thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yeah. And but like James Randi, he kind of got annoyed by anyone who kind of like claimed that they were a magician and they were getting this divine intervention and they had some sort of gift. You know what I mean? Like it kind of bothered him to the point where he exposed them. And he showed how they did their tricks.
Shit, if he could teach me how to get the voices that come to me out of my head, dude, that would be amazing. But the thing is, I hear things and I relay what I hear to people. So it's not like, it's not a trick. It's just, sometimes it's like your cell phone. It's like, how the fuck you hear someone calling you from somewhere else without anything connected to it? That's magic. You know what I mean? It's like, that's very magical. Your television that you watch every day and you see people on it, but then when you turn it off, it's just a black screen. It's like, that's weird and magic.
You think that's magic?
Hell yeah, that's magic. That
the way
television?
The way a TV works is magic?
Dude, how, like, put it into sense. Like, they get it from a camera, like how I'm producing right now. And you're watching me on a laptop that I have in front of me. And it's wireless. It's not connected to any wires, only the plug in the wall. How does that happen?
Let's say I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. let's say that we don't know.
We don't know.
Therefore, it's magical, yeah?
It's very magical.
No.
Cell phones are very magical. Magical devices that it's a wireless device where you could contact anybody in the world at any time, at any place.
Can be explained.
Yeah, because it goes through satellites and stuff. But how can they explain that it's going through the air? And you can't see the all the lines and all the wires and all the people that are talking all around the world, but yet you're not intercepting their messages through your phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And let's come back to that. But real quick, James Randi, the amazing Randi, not only did he expose these other magicians, but then what it led into was he founded the Randi Foundation. And what he ended up doing was offering $1 million prize. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He offered $1 million to anyone that could prove supernatural, anything supernatural, including specifically like psychic abilities, telekinesis, so forth and so on. Yeah. And it's on YouTube. You can check it out. Like, he videotaped all the people applying for the $1 million prize. And do you know how many people won it?
I don't know, because I've never heard of the guy.
Zero, because no one demonstrated a psychic ability.
Really? Well, if you watch my 300 shows that I've done, then you could judge for yourself.
And hey, look, man, I didn't mean to come out here. I don't want to smoke. I don't want to work.
Yeah, I've done. You know how many hours I've been here doing this, for how many years I've been doing this, and not only that, but helping people from around the world on a daily basis. It's just, it just blows my mind, you know, how I can connect to people and help them out in certain ways. And it's just information that comes to me that I just hear.
Okay.
And how I got it is explained on my shows. I've been through traumatic brain injury. I've died twice and came back to life, brought back to life. Okay. And every single time that had happened, something spiritual, something magical happens to me. Okay. And I explained it, and I need to go and highlight some of the shows that I've done so people could watch it and see, and then see some of the, maybe I got to get it, some editor or something. Maybe I
like a playlist, like a must see playlist.
Yeah, like it's playlist, but to break the parts out from, you know, the readings that I've done and all the stuff that I've done, and just put it in a consolation, you know, video where people,
that would be helpful for me.
Yeah, it'd be very, very. I've been thinking about that because it did come to my mind.
Yeah, because I can't get into like 300 videos. You know what I mean?
Dude, and not only that, but it's hours upon hours long. Like, I've done 12-hour shows, 10-hour shows. I've done 24-hour shows. I mean, yeah, man. I know you're just getting into here, and I know you have that against, you know, not really so much against, but not understanding. And I don't really see it as, it's not a bad thing, you know what I mean? Because everyone's is entitled to their opinion. You feel me? But it's just, for me, it's just when I start hearing these voices and stuff, and I'm just relaying the voice, like, they're just passing it through to whoever's with me. That just comes out of the air, dude.
Yeah, if I may, and thank you for indulging me. But and I don't know much about this. You're absolutely right. You hit the nail on the head. Dude, but so if I were to ask a question, what I would ask is there any other explanation for these voices that you hear? Yeah.
Dude, I know it's because it was the traumatic brain injury. I think it kind of like highlighted, because I had these voices when I was young. I'll say the story again. What happened when I was little. It all happened with this Ouija board. Okay, we played this Ouija board. It wasn't mine. It was my cousin's, and she needed another pair of hands to be on the board. And I don't know what I was doing. I was about 5 years old, 6 years old at this time when we were doing this. And something happened to me where we were doing, I guess it was whatever session we were doing. And we did a lot of sessions before, but this one was different. This one was at my house. My cousin had brought the board over, and my mom was cooking, and just we're in the kitchen. So I'm sitting right by my mother, and my cousin's over here, and she brings out the Ouija board. And my mom asked, what's this about? So my cousin was like, oh, it's a game where you can talk to spirits and you get answers and stuff, so forth. And my mom was like you, in denial. That's bullshit, right? I didn't know what the fuck was going on. My cousin was a lot older than me. So she was like, wanted to get answers for certain things. So she just needed another pair of hands. So I had my hands on the plank, and the thing was moving. Like, I know my cousin wasn't touching it, but I felt it moving, and it just felt weird in my fingertips. So something had happened during that session where she got distracted, and my aunt came in, and she took her hands off the board, and then I left my hand on the board, and then I felt something like immediately get cold inside of my hands and started going in through my arms and into my body. And I mentioned it out loud. I told my aunt, it's like, I feel something getting inside me. I feel cold. I feel like something is getting in me. And my aunt is very religious. So she pulls me off from the Ouija board. She puts me to the floor. She screams at my cousin to go to the church to get holy water. All right. And she's praying over me and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on because I'm feeling super ice. Like, even when to touch, like right now, my hands are like ice cold. Excuse me. My cousin comes back with the holy water, and she's like gives it to my aunt. My aunt's like putting it all over me, and then I feel like it goes away. Like it just automatically, I start feeling warmth, and then I feel like. And remember, this is South Florida, okay? It's hot as fuck in Miami. This is in the summertime. And it was, my mom had the windows open. It's like, it's warm, and I'm feeling ice cold, okay? That's why one day I have to bring my mother on here. She's the testimony of everything that happened to me, because it's like, it's fucking weird, right? So after that episode, and I started feeling good, my aunt got the Ouija board and threw it away in the garbage. Like, literally ripped it up and took it to the garbage. I still feel like that energy was still in me. Okay. Couple of nights later, I'm in my bed, and it's late night, and I'm sleeping. Something whispers in my ear to wake up. So I'm sleeping, and then all of a sudden I wake up. But when you wake up with your eyes slowly opening, and I hear this whisper in my ear saying, "Don't move," just like that. Don't move. And I can't move. I'm frozen. Like, I cannot move. Next thing you know, there's someone outside of my apartment, because we had bars, so there was no way he could get into our apartment. We had bars, but it didn't deter this person from putting his hand inside my freaking apartment, inside my room where me and my sister were sleeping. I'm looking at this as a little boy, 6 years old. I'm freaking the fuck out. I can't scream. I can't do nothing. And I have this voice telling me to shut up, like to pretty much stay quiet. Stay quiet. Don't move. Stay quiet. And he's reaching inside, and I'm pretty sure he was reaching for the bureau to see if there's jewelry or money or someone left their wallet on top. I'm assuming now as an adult that's what he was doing. But the way the hand was moving inside was so fucking freaky. Then he leaves, right? I could have gone up and gone to my parents, but this whatever that was in me told me to don't move and stay quiet because he's coming back. And I'm like, what? And then I hear this brake sound, like from a truck, like a dump. The dump trucks, they have that braking squealing noise. So I'm hearing that, and all of a sudden the hand comes back in. It starts moving around again, and I'm freaking out. My heart's racing. I end up passing out of fear. I passed out of fear. I wake up in the morning because my father wakes me up. He comes into the room and he wakes me up. He shakes me and he goes, "Get ready. You're running late. You're the last one to get up. Let's go." So I'm waking up and I tell my parents, I'm like, I saw something last night. And they're like, and their room was right next to mine. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, I saw a hand inside in the window. There's someone in the window. And they're like, what? They're like, nah, you're probably dreaming or stuff like that. Get ready, go brush your teeth. So my dad and my mom goes into our room. And we have twin beds. So my mom sits on my bed, and I think my mom, yeah, sits on my bed. My dad was on my sister's bed, or either or. I'm 100% sure, but I go brush my teeth, right? I'm done brushing my teeth. I go back into my room, and the next thing I know, the fucking hand comes out in the window and starts going like this. My mom started screaming to the top of her lungs. My dad goes running, almost runs me over to grab his gun. He goes darting outside the fucking apartment. I'm like, what the? I'm freaking out because my mom's freaking out. And then my mom's running to call 911. We didn't have cell phones at that time. So we had to, my mom had that fucking phone that was like those numbers that were like, it lights up too. It was just weird.
Oh, it's a landline.
Yeah, like the landline, but the old school ones. This is back in the 80s. So I'm an 80s baby. But she calls 911, right? And then the police get here right away. And everything's just happening so fast to me. And it's a traumatic experience. But from what I took from that experience was the voices that came to me. And it telling me to calm. And I felt the pressure, like holding me down, like, don't move, stay still. Kind of warning me of what's going on. And I will never forget that. And so many other things, other stories that I have where I've seen spirits, I in New York,
Well,
I saw a ghost. Yeah, go ahead.
So that's a fascinating story. And I feel like everything we need is right there. And I know you have more stories, but I'd really like to dissect that one if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to first make sure I understand, make sure I heard you correctly. So there was a hand. You referred to it as a hand.
A hand.
Yeah. So you said you had like bars on the windows, yeah? Like on the
Bars
outside
on the windows.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody maybe or something reached in there, they opened the window and you saw like an arm and a hand just reaching around, just a random arm.
Just like this, like going like this.
And it was like was it a white arm, black, or what color was it?
It was a black arm.
A dark skin?
Yeah, or black, yeah.
Dark skin, black arm.
It was dark skin. And like I said, the whisper in my head, I heard it very freaking clearly. It says, do not move. Shh.
Okay.
Do not say anything. Stay still.
Okay.
It was just, hey, Amber, how you doing? Hold on, let me say what's up to some of my people here. Hey, tag team.
You looking at the chat?
Yeah, some of the people in the chat.
Hey, Amber.
Bring in Albie. Bring back Albie here. Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, and I see people like, I'm not asking for anyone to convince me, but I am interested in the story and I would like to push.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that I have no. I have
no problems, dude. I'm cool.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I just want to make sure I understand. So So my question is it possible for that window to be open from the outside? Did you test it? Like, was it locked from the inside, or?
It wasn't locked because they were able to open it and close it from the outside, and it kind of opened sideways. So it wasn't like the windows that go up and down. It was side to side.
Okay.
So they just slid the window open. They had to take out the screen because it had a screen on it and had the bars. My room had the escape. I don't know if you've ever seen the bars. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. But they had like a escape door where it has a key and you can escape. So my room had that one. My parents did not, but mine did. And it didn't really play a factor at all. But the way, the window was opened and someone popped their hand in, and the thing that I got warned before it happened, because I was sleeping. I was in a deep sleep. I was sleeping. I was a little kid, and for something to wake me up and tell me to stay calm and be quiet, and not knowing that a hand was going to be coming into my room while I was in there, beforehand, really freaked me the fuck out. Like, I passed out of fear. After the second time the hand came back, like, I was so scared, my heart was racing so hard that I passed out. My dad woke me up in the morning. I didn't wake up. My dad woke me up, and then I was trying to get myself to it because it could have been a dream, but I told my parents. I was like, I told them what happened. They went into my room. My mom sits on my bed. My dad sits on my sister's bed. They're there talking. Next, after I've done brushing my teeth, I'm coming back into my room, and the hand pops back out. The window was still open from him opening, and the screen wasn't there, and the hand came back out.
I like that picture you showed me, dude. I like that picture of Jimi Hendrix you showed me, man.
I feel good.
That's what's up. He's a character too. This is what's his name again?
James Brown.
James Brown,
the Godfather of Soul.
Yes.
He
has a lot of cocaine. That dude did a lot of cocaine. Yeah, a lot of fun times, a lot of women too. But
not here to judge.
Yeah, when you get that popular, that happens. But I can see it.
What was his name again?
James Brown.
James Brown.
Oh yeah.
James Brown, bitch.
James Brown, the Godfather of Soul. There's no one better.
No, but I think everything, and I feel like the spirit that got into me was a native spirit, like a Native American spirit, because I still feel him inside of me, and I could feel like this certain energy from him, and I hear these voices and things happen even here in this apartment that if you were here and you was to see it, you'd be like, what the fuck?
But is it possible that if I was there that I wouldn't hear it and I wouldn't see it?
I don't think you could not have a gallon of water from my back of my refrigerator lift up from the back and fall to the floor in the middle of my kitchen. Is pretty very unexplainable, but very paranormal. A lot of weird shit has happened in this apartment. I had a priest that died in this apartment. And the energy is very strong in this apartment. Like, very strong. I done my cleansing. I done a lot of stuff into this apartment, but there's a lot of spirits in this where I live, and this building. It's an old building. A lot of people have died here. Now, there's one apartment here that's very paranormal. Like, there's a lot of activity, like banging of the kitchen doors, refrigerators opening and closing. It's just weird shit. I call it weird shit because it's very fucking disturbing. It's weird. I don't. That's a different. That's a lot of weird shit. But it's unexplainable. Like, how the fuck did that water from the back of my refrigerator, a gallon of water, levitate over boxes of cereal and bread and my bananas that I put up there and land in the middle of my fucking floor?
Is that the only explanation?
No, that's what happened.
Oh, for a fact it levitated?
How the hell did it get from the back of the refrigerator to the front in the middle of the kitchen floor?
That's what I'm asking. Is there no
That's
other?
what I want to know too.
Okay.
I don't know. The energy did that in here.
Oh,
and I still don't understand like a lot of shit that happens here. And I'm I do the psychic stuff and I hear the voices and stuff, but that type of paranormal activity, that's a different ballgame, dude. That's a
So
lot of energy for that to happen.
a gallon of water
A
went
gallon of water.
went from inside of the fridge,
No, from the top back of the fridge
on top of the fridge, to somewhere else on the floor.
to the middle of the kitchen of the floor.
Okay. Okay. And this was where your apartment where you're at right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do other people live there? I'm just
At the
curious.
time, no.
Okay, so you live there by yourself, yeah?
Oh, I have 2 cats.
You have 2 cats and a
And
gallon
there's
of
no
water.
way they could jump up there. The thing is,
Okay.
it's over. It's, dude. To explain it to you, it's the only way how I could tell you, dude. It's just unexplainable.
Spirit. It was spirits. It was spirits that
It's
hadn't
something.
left this realm yet that probably interfered with that jug of water that made it do that. Because I watched so many shows on ghosts, hunters, and I'll watch other, movies and documentary. It's the psychic presence. See, when you die, your body is still alive and everything, but it's the conscious spirit of that being. Soul and spirit is that conscious. When you leave your body, like astral judgment, when you die, it's kind of different. When you leave your body entirely, you're still around in the realm until you pass to the spiritual world. So a lot of people haven't made it to the spiritual world yet. So they are your ghosts and phantoms that be doing that shit. That's what trips off your psychic awareness.
You
Do you
know,
know that or you believe it?
Yeah.
That's a
Any of
question.
those people make that to happen. I mean,
My
like he
question is,
said,
do you know that for a fact, what you just said? Or do you just
yeah, yeah,
you know it for a fact?
yeah. It's in the
Oh,
Bible too. It's in the Bible. The Holy Spirit, if you do something bad, let's say in this lifetime, he holds you back in earth through reincarnation. It also says in the Bhagavad Gita, but I started 30, 20 years ago in other world religions. I never really understood the concept until people say certain keywords and certain topics, and I guess that's when it shoots up in my mind. It's kind of like what Rick is trying to tell you. But yeah, that is a possibility. It can happen.
but in my case, it fucking happened, and I still don't understand why, how, or at that time, because, like I said, the person that, okay, give you a little backstory on the priest that passed away of a heart attack in my apartment here. Um, he wasn't a good guy. Okay, he molested a lot of kids, and he was a pedophile. He was arrested and was charged for being a pedophile. And I knew this, and I was always disturbed by it, because I protect the children. Even like I have shows where you talk about, the children, protect the children at all costs. Now, when he passed away, his wife she was no good. She was cheating on him. And not only to the fact that the guy that she was cheating on was here too, as he was dying, because his health wasn't good and he was having problems with his heart. He just had heart surgery, but he was in a thread. He was just not going to survive. And she was a very opportunistic preacher's wife. Supposedly, she was supposed to be like this all good, all goody. All she did was spend all his money and took advantage of the church. And the fact that she was with him was disgusting, because the fact that I know he was a pedophile even made it worse. But like, I feel like that resentment against it, that energy, when he passed and I moved into here, we clashed. Our energies clashed. And the fact that I say it out loud, that I don't like the fact of this pedophile and all this crazy shit that had happened with this individual that used to live here and died here, that his energy's here, and I'm trying to clean it out of here. And we battled back and forth. It's like he's not always gone. Like I could do the cleansing, and it's gone for a good amount of time, but then things continue to happen in this apartment. It's like, yeah, I'm gone, but I keep coming back, energy, and I kind of know when he's back because I feel it. You know, it's just unexplainable because it's like the sensitivity to the energy. That's like if I walk by people, I could feel their energy, and it's like sometimes it's no good. Sometimes I feel like, you know, you got to be careful with certain people and certain things when you walk by them because they're like they're really up to no good. You know, it's just a sixth sense. You know, it is that sixth sense, and it's not just one thing. Everyone has different types of psychic abilities. It's not just like there's only one ability and that's it. No, there's people can amaze you by what they do and say. You know what I mean? And it's proven on camera. You know, I don't do anything but listen to what's in my mind and just repeat what I say.
Well, hang on. What's proven on camera? Because I'm very interested in that.
Oh, on my show.
But what is proven exactly?
What I'm talking about with my psychic readings and my psychic with my medium, because I do a lot of medium and empath work. So I don't only do tarot cards. This is all coming from up here and the voices I hear in my head. I still have those voices. I've gone to many doctors, therapists here, and they cannot explain why I get these voices in my head. Mm-hmm. And it's literally, I had to fucking like explain it to them. It's just, I hear these things and I hear them in my head. And I'm not the only one that does.
No, a lot of people hear voices.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have that, you know, that sixth sense, you know, but it's very clear.
And hear me out. And I respect that. And I respect you. But hear me out. What if, and I'm a skeptic, I'm devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it. And what if I needed the evidence? Like you said something was on video. So what video would you point me to that proves it beyond any reasonable doubt? And like, you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, how could you prove it to me, and what would I be looking at, and what would it prove?
Yeah, just gotta watch the shows, man, and stay subscribed, and just let us prove it to you, and you should watch us. You know, watch me how I perform. That's all I could tell you. Like,
that's fair. But I guess my question is
how much invested you want to get into it. If you're really like wanting to question it, or you really want to know about it. Those are two different things.
I'm on a quest for the truth, and if what you're saying is true, then I want to know it, and I want to see it, and I want to
watch it. Watch the show. Go back and watch the show.
But my question was like, what exactly would you point me to? Like which episode and what happened?
Oh, I'll have to go back and look. You know, if you stay on and stuff, I'll have to go back, and because I don't have them really like, you know, YouTube has it a certain way, and they're changing it up too. So I have, you know, recorded shows, and then have live shows, and then live shows falls under the category, and then there's like a whole bunch of
separated those tabs. It's like videos, and then
they separated. So YouTube has changed it. This happened like a week or 2 ago. Yeah, they changed it, and it kind of messes it up too, because it's like it's not like in order in a ways. So you have to like go back and watch. But a lot of the stuff is live. It's under the live shows, not in the recorded live shows. Okay. But I have other psychics here too. I mean, I have Amber Dawn. She's really good with her energy. Also, I don't think she's in it tonight. I was watching her show last night. Maybe you should go check her out too. But I fell asleep watching it. It was late night, so I kind of fell asleep on it. But she's.
I hope I haven't been disrespectful. I didn't mean to come across.
No. Look, I understand the questioning. I understand the energy that's coming off, because it's like you're questioning it because you want to learn about it in a sense, but it's still not persuade over it. It still has a lot of questions over it. I too have a lot of questions too. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like you. It's just I'm more awakened, and I listen to the stuff that comes to me, man. It's just this weird, like my hands are freezing cold and my apartment's warm and my hands are like ice blocks. You know, it's just,
but again, what I always resort back to, with all respect, is there another explanation for that? Should we assume that because your hands are cold, that means something supernatural? To me, I feel like
it just happens. Certain things, it just.
I always believed in the supernatural. sometimes guys use that by means of, you know, it's like I said, the dead. I mean, Hollywood wants to blind you. Hollywood likes to twist things up, but they even tell you the truth to it. But they just tell you in a twisted, sugarcoating way. I mean, certain Hollywood movies are documentary, especially going way back to World War II. You're given a chance. Do you want to go in the spiritual world? Do you want to come back to a reincarnation? And blah blah blah, and it gets confusing because that's what they want to do. They want to confuse you into a lie, but they want to sugarcoat the truth. Yeah, that is supernatural. When you say your apartment is warm as hell and you're freezing, it could because of your immunity system. Could be because, like you said about the Indian spirit possessing you. Nothing should possess your body. It should be your soul, spirit, and consciousness. Nobody else. Unless you so-called gave a consent for a spirit to walk through you. Other than that, that's what supernatural is. It's the way God made things. And I don't want to put words out of God's mouth for him to get mad at me. I always believe there's something more than us. We're not alone in the universe. You've got your psychic realm, spiritual realm. You've got the middle world. You've got the lower world, and you've got the upper world. It's where you want to be. I know it's a little off topic, Rick, but my bad.
No, it's all right because everyone has their, it's open talk. That's what it is. This is what it is.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's just that my background is in sciences like biology and chemistry. Yeah.
Nice.
And so I guess I just have a habit of resorting back to that because I'm comfortable with it.
Dude, not to say nothing bad, but you look just like my uncle in Florida.
I look what?
You look like my uncle.
I'm sorry, I still didn't hear you. I look like what?
You look like my uncle in Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, you have more hair than him, a lot more. But you look just like him with the glasses and everything. I'm like, damn, I'm talking to my uncle because my uncle's a professor down in FIU in Florida. And
yeah, I'm from the South.
You're from the South too? So yeah, so he's a professor there. And he does more of like the behavioral management into counseling, all that stuff, and he's teaching others.
Does he believe what you believe?
Oh, he knows I'm very gifted. He always says you're very gifted. Yeah, like even to him, like even to my family, they know. They know my mom even knows, because of this one story, even in New York, what happened to us. I've said it so many times, but I saw a spirit outside of my aunt's apartment in New York, and a little boy standing outside the fire escape. I was sleeping at the time, right? Let me start from the beginning. I was sleeping. I wake up in the middle of the night. I feel like I had to use the restroom, and then I wake up from my bed, not my bed, but off the bed, and I'm walking towards the bathroom, and I see this little boy asking me if I want to play, and I'm like, "What?" It's like, "You want to play?" And he had a ball with him, and he had this white shirt, blue shorts, like this white color, like glow to him, and I told the spirit, as like, I got to use the restroom. So I went to the bathroom because I had to pee, and I went to the bathroom. I took a piss, and I came out, and the little boy wasn't there, right? So I go back to my bed, I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. Well, I didn't wake up. My mom wakes me up and tells me I have to get ready, and the breakfast is ready. And my aunt, I could hear in the background say, "Yeah, breakfast ready. Come get it, Rick." And I'm waking up, and then I tell my mom, I go, I need to tell you, I need to tell you something. She's like, "What?" I go, "I saw something last night." She's like, "Huh?" Again, pretty much. And it's like, I saw a little boy standing outside the fire escape asking me if I want to play. Yo, my aunt came from the kitchen, like she heard me. She came right to the room. She said, "What you said?" And I said, "I saw this little boy standing outside the fire escape asking me if I want to play." He was like, and she was like, "Go eat breakfast. I gotta talk to your mom." I was like, "Did I do something wrong?" She said, "No, no, no. Go eat your breakfast. I had a breakfast sandwich. Go eat your breakfast." So I'm going slowly, walking to the kitchen. I hear my aunt like kind of like hyperventilating a little bit. She's like, "Oh my God, like I seen that spirit too. I seen that ghost outside the window. Nobody was seeing it, but I seen it too." And I thought I was going crazy. I was literally almost was going to go to seek therapy because like no one was believing me. I kept seeing this fucking little boy, and I saw the little boy, and I confirmed it to her that she saw a spirit. And my mom was there like the fucking monkey in the middle because she was like, "What the fuck?" And my aunt's like telling her, "Yes, like he just confirmed to me because nobody was seeing it, and he saw it." And she was so relieved that I saw the spirit. And I described what the boy looked like and everything, and she's like, "That's him." It's just unexplainable. When you see shit like that, it's unexplainable. It's just the most, dude. Mm, it brings shivers to my arms because it's kind of this cold feeling I got in my body. It's
I
like
hear you.
it's strong energy.
I hear you. And again, thanks for having me on. Thanks for being very brave to take a skeptical opinion on what you believe, and I appreciate that so much. I just actually looked in the chat, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
There was people who offered me a reading.
Okay.
Yeah, Amber.
Amber, yeah, she's good with readings. She's good with the tarot cards and um, very beautiful too. And besides the beauty, you get the beast in the readings and whatever it comes out. She's
Sure.
very good and talented.
I would love that, by the way, Amber. If you can hear me, I would love that. How do we set it up? Because well, I would love it if, like, I don't know, like if it was helpful to me in a way that would like, what I mean is like in a way that would kind of like prove or justify that it's real. Like if I don't know what a reading is, I've never had one, but like I don't know, if you just said vague things, with all due respect, like if you said vague things that have happened or will happen, I don't know if I'm necessarily interested in that. But it would be interesting, like if you could tell me some, earth-shattering things that you shouldn't know, or things that come. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, you come with a question, right? And you come with a thought, right? And then you apply that to whatever if you want to know about certain things, or she could just read the cards as they come. It gets shuffled, and it's just kind of like it's like the lottery, right? It's just whatever number comes out, whatever card comes out, that's what it is. And she reads what the card, it's each card has a story behind the card, so she's going to explain to you what's the card is saying
Okay.
to whatever issue or question you may have. It's just I could feel your energy, and I could feel like the tug of war energy within you. It's like which way do I go? It's like it's pulling back and forth. It's like a tug of war. That's what I feel with you.
I think it is. I think it is. I think you hit it nail on the head, and it's a tug of war of what is true and what isn't. And I grew up very religious in the South, like I was a Southern Baptist, and I lost my religion when I was about 18 or 19.
Okay.
And it was like the rug was pulled out from underneath me, and it was very. I know it doesn't sound important to maybe to you, but
Right.
for me, it was detrimental, and it was a turning point in my life. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to hype it up too much, but like it was tragic. Like it was something I believed in deeply. It was my future. It was my eternal future. It was eternity. It was heaven and hell, and it was all of that, and it got ripped out beneath me. And at that point, I went on a quest to find out, like, what else? What else do I believe that's not true?
Dude.
And do I have good reason to believe that it's true? So when I come here tonight, with all respect, it's only on a mission to find out a quest for the truth. It's not any agenda. I'm not, I just want to be forthright about that.
Let me tell you something. I'm with you too, man. Like I kind of lost my religion too and believing, and like I'm Catholic. It wasn't by choice. Um, I was baptized and everything, but it wasn't by choice. Kind of lost my religion in a sense, like seeking the truth and feeling the energy more than anything. Because I'm not religion at all.
Hey, Rick, you got somebody in the chat room area that wants to come in too. His name is Kick Ass.
Oh, hold on. Let me bring in Amber. Amber just came in. Give me 1 second. Let me bring her in. Hey, Amber.
Hey, hi everybody.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying listening to this civil conversation and, listening to the skeptical side and listening to the side of, I don't want to say knowing, but just, of experience. And I think it's very respectable of you, Sterling, to have a civil conversation
Yes.
and doubts, That's why I offered a reading for you. Of course, you don't have to pay for it. I offered it to you. So if you want, and you know what, this would be a nice challenge for me too, and to see what I need to work on if there's things that possibly I was giving because there's multiple meanings for one card. So we can say a story that we see, but sometimes it's a little bit different. But I'm pretty good with my intuition, and I think the reason why I popped up here was because right before you said it, I was thinking there's some kind of pressure that has to do with religion, which makes skepticism, and that's why you're here, right? Because you have an open mind. You want to know what we're about, and like if we're being fake, and and that's completely admirable and understandable. But that's why I wanted to hop on, because I felt that right before you said it. I was like, I think he's had something in his childhood. Obviously, that's where everything comes from. But it had to do with religion and pressure.
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you. And I've heard a lot of great things about you. He was bragging on your abilities and how beautiful you are. And
beautiful.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
I'm more interested in your abilities. So what made you offer me the reading? Maybe you kind of touched on this, but you offered me a reading because why again?
I think because you are genuinely curious and you would like to have some kind of proof.
Yes.
And there's really no other proof I can offer other than giving it to you, giving you a reading and seeing.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. But before we do it, and I know nothing about these readings, so you offered me a reading because I'm on a quest for truth and proof. And so if you gave me a reading, is it possible that I would leave that reading still unconvinced?
Yes.
It's possible, right?
It is possible. Everything is possible. Because I was saying, every card has a same reading, but you can, so like, for example, let's see. Let me think of a good example. Okay, so the magician card.
Not my card.
Magical card, right? No, that's Gemini. That's Gemini. So it's a card that has all the suits in one. So it has all the capabilities of each earth element. So, or not even earth, it's air, fire, earth, and water, right? And ether. So the magician card has all of those aspects in one. So that can be somebody, you can read it as being somebody who is very sneaky, somebody who is very good at pretending, or it could be somebody who is very wise and who knows how to use their capabilities for the betterment. So it's all about reading the other cards that are next to it, right? But sometimes I could say, well, this person can either be sneaky or they can just be very powerful in your life. So it's up to you to kind of put that story in where it fits, right? If that makes sense. So you have 50 cards spread with all these different meanings. I kind of guide you through what I'm saying, and we have a conversation to understand where this fits in with you so that I can understand how to read. And I don't even need you there. I can do it on my own. But it's more beneficial to have you there so we can do a private session and never put it out on any kind of platform, and just something for you to because a lot of times we don't recognize what the person like me is telling you. Sometimes we can say, hey, did you lose somebody recently? And for some reason you won't think of that person in that moment, but later on you'll be like, oh yeah, wait a minute, I literally just lost so and so. And so that's kind of how it works too. That's why I like to record the session so that you can go back and listen to it a couple times and kind of make sense of it, right? So you might go away thinking, this is bogus, but if you listen to it a few times, I promise you there's going to be some things in there that are going to hit, that are going to be personal. It's not just going to be like generic, oh, you were a child once, you were 5 years old once. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be deep.
That's what I fear, is that it would be so vague, kind of like horoscope type things, where it could fit into, yeah, it kind of applies to me, it kind of does it. And some of the things she said were accurate, but a lot of the things weren't, and it was all very vague. And so, yes, you know what I mean? That's
so
what
come in with, so think about some questions,
okay,
and then we can specifically hit on those instead of me playing the guessing game. Because when I do readings for people and they're not there with me, I kind of have to play the guessing game and just kind of go with my intuition. Usually it's right. Sometimes it's a little off. But when I have somebody there and we're like helping each other kind of figure out what the cards are telling us, that's where the magic lies. So I always suggest when people get readings from me to do it with me.
How long does a reading usually take?
Well, because I'm giving you a reading, we'll probably keep it to like 45 minutes.
When can we start?
Whenever you want.
I don't know if that's the type of thing we do on this channel, but yeah, I would love to. I'm ready.
That's what's the big ass banner I have here.
I didn't mean to come in here and contact the channel. You
don't see that.
That's why I clicked the link. I was like, oh, psychic readings.
It's open talk. We had open talk, but we're talking about other things because tonight I just felt like it was open talk. But I'm glad you're here, Sterling.
But the thing is if we do it on a live, then all your information, I have a hesitation saying certain things when there's people listening, if that is something personal to you.
Yeah, because personal things could come out, like sensitive things.
Well, he wants it raw. He wants something that's going to make him believe.
I don't want to give away my address.
No, I can't. I'm not that good. Damn.
But yeah, but like personal stuff, and I don't care.
All right, cool. Well, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to take a couple puffs of my cigarette and I'm going to think about it and make sure I'm in the right space and energy to do it right here, right now.
And I want to prep too. So what should I be thinking about? What should my mind state be?
What I want you to do, Sterling, I feel like you need to clear all that energy of you, the negative and the positive. Let's go with a clear blank energy. Let's go with non-judgmental. Let's go with a clear mind.
Well, I have an idea. Do you have any crystals, stones, sage, anything?
No,
salt?
He doesn't follow that stuff.
Salt.
So he don't have. So possibly even Bailey's. Possibly. I wish he had some Bailey's.
Oh, Bailey's liquor?
No, no, not Bailey's. Ice cream, man. I used to drink White Russians when I was a lot younger.
You're the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The dude abides.
Yeah, there you go. I used to drink it with my cousin. You see that type of energy. You saying that, it's like connection. Like I'm feeling a connection. So
Okay.
I think it's gonna be good. It's just come with an open mind, and
Okay.
let's give it a chance.
Again, like I'm asking, like, is it because I think Amber had mentioned I should come in with some questions, so I don't know exactly what I should be thinking or what type of questions I should have.
You can ask me simple things like what was my childhood like? Did I experience any kind of trauma? How was my relationship with my family? Things like that.
That's
Which
why it's versatile.
I already know. I have a feeling I already know. But you can ask things like that.
I know that tug of war, man. I could feel it. I could feel the tension in my neck.
Honestly, like I have no idea where this is gonna go, and I'm quite
Well,
interested.
that's why I'm giving you the option to do this privately or publicly.
And
But
honestly, I don't know. I don't know, but like I'm not afraid. As long as I'm not gonna dox myself and give away my physical location,
I would never do that.
No.
then I don't care.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't even know how to do that. I don't have that
Sure.
kind of ability.
But that's how clueless I am. Like coming into this, I hope you understand. Like,
Yeah, come open minded.
Oh, totally. No, it's cool. I respect you for having an open mind enough to even be willing to talk
Even
to
talk
us.
about it. Yeah, even talking. Yeah.
but if I'm gonna put my cards on the table, not tarot cards, but I would say that I am a skeptic, and I want to be very honest about that. Like to me, the time to believe in anything is once it's been demonstrated to you. And I feel like if you believe in something because someone told you, or it was in a book, or it's because your religion, or because you were indoctrinated, or for any other reason, other than it's been demonstrated, like I feel like
I would love. So I have a little video because you said that you're scientific based, and my favorite classes in college were physics. I was a science major. I was going to school for radiology and stuff. So I'm very much into that world as well. And I did a video on protons, neutrons, electrons, and how they basically react to the observer, to our thoughts, right? So that's kind of where now.
Someone fast up on my fucking mouth. Hey, my bad, guys. Hey, I gotta go. I gotta do something for my beloved friend Deborah, so I'll be back in a little while.
All right, babe.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right.
All right.
So I do have to say that my energy is pretty low because I've been doing a couple, like yesterday I did 2 lives. And my energy gets zapped after I do lives. I need to figure out why and how I can try and fix that, because this is what I need to be doing. It's my calling, but I get exhausted, and so it kind of fucks with me, and I don't like that. So
I want to thank you for spending your energy on a stranger like me, an old dumb country boy from the South that was born on a dirt road, who's very simple and very plain. So you're gonna have to keep it simple for me, and you're gonna have to make it plain.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I'm trying to set up everything so that you can.
All right, bet. So I gotta use the restroom, and I wanna clear my head and get rid of, I don't know, preconceived.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time. Take your time. I'm not going nowhere.
All right, 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. So
I gotta set everything up anyway.
5 minutes. I'm burning some bay leaves. Burn some sage.
Yeah, do that. I need to burn. I'm gonna burn sage too. I need to clear my energy too, because I don't know why. I just get horrible. I just question myself too much, and I'm not the most confident person when it comes to certain things, and doing lives and putting myself out there. I know I seem hella confident, but I'm not. And so it really, I think also doing things with other people, like I do absorb people's energies, and it zaps out my nervous system sometimes.
Now I'm burning some bay leaves right now. I got some sage here.
I'm burning sage too.
So this is going to be for all of us here in the for the show. I'm gonna burn some. I just burned some Baileys. I'm gonna burn some sage.
I have no makeup on, but I'm probably gonna have to go on camera.
Okay.
Hi, I haven't. Look at my hair. I look crazy.
Oh. Nah, that's all right.
I
And
haven't
yesterday
even.
was very good.
I did cardio and I did yoga, and I still haven't like fixed my hair since I did all that.
Amber, I fell asleep watching your show yesterday.
Yeah, we
I
were
fell
all
asleep.
tired at the end.
I fell asleep right when Anton was coming in. I was falling in and out of consciousness.
Yeah, I think all of us were a little bit because
Yeah.
it wasn't that
It
like
was
where
very
I
interesting though.
yeah, it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
I want to know more about those magic mushrooms. Like,
Yeah, we didn't even plan the show. We were just having we talk at least once a week, you know, and because she's one of my
Okay.
besties, and yeah, she was like, let's do a live, and I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's do it.
what? That's what's up. That was
3
really
hours
nice. That was
later.
really cool. It was entertaining. I really wanted to know about the magic mushrooms because as soon as she touched it, it was like she was already. I felt her, like her energy was shifting.
It was
And
getting stoned.
yes, she was just by touching it. I was like,
Uh-huh.
what? That is. I need to find me some of that. I don't know how or where.
I honestly just Google it and see where magic mushrooms grow around you, because I'm sure they're up in the mountain. You have a very moist area, so I'm sure they're around.
Yeah, I live in the mountains. Well, I'm pretty close to the mountains. So, hey, Anton, how you doing? Maybe Anton could join. Anton, you want to
Anton.
join? Because I kind of miss you, dude. Like for real.
Oh my gosh,
I don't have anything to
Anton.
do. And I never got it. He was always here. I don't know. It's some bullshit from the past.
I know that we're all kind of at that point, and you
I
know.
want to bring him in. So let me post out the link again. Hold on. Because
But I
this is
think
one
like,
answer.
do you remember?
To join.
Because like Sterling asked me why I wanted to do this for him, and
Mhm.
honestly, like, do you remember how Heidi used to always, when she would do her readings, there was skeptics in
Yep.
there, and they would always
Yep.
give her shit, and so she'd say, "What time were you born? What's your birthday?" And then she would give them a reading, and then totally change their mind. And
Mhm.
that's kind of like a good strategy, you know. It's like, okay, you don't believe me, well, let's try it out and see, you know, let's see what happens.
Let's see what the cards say. Come on, like this is what's entertaining, and and it's not to prove anything. It's just we're doing this live. This is a live show.
Well, and we all are learning, and everything is good
Very good.
practice. You know, everything is good practice, and I think it's nice to have somebody who's very respectable having a conversation with us that doesn't necessarily believe in what we do, but is willing to open their mind, and I appreciate that.
Put some sage around my crystal ball here, on my desk, my laptop, and my microphone.
What the fuck?
I do this always before readings. I always do a cleansing.
I do too, but I don't always, like, if I'm doing a show with where I'm doing like multiple people's readings or doing like all the signs and stuff, I don't cleanse my cards between each one. And like Anton,
No, I just do one generic.
Yeah, I need to start
one good
cleansing them
cleansing.
in between so it doesn't get icky and sticky.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn some of this Palo Santo.
I'm still setting up my computer and the camera because
Amber,
I want him to be able to see it.
yeah, just take your time. He's taking his 5 minutes. It's fine.
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna go smoke a couple puffs anyways before I do this.
I got a joint rolled out, 2 joints that I did one earlier. It was kind of smaller, and something told me to roll a second one today, and I have it here already rolled up. So I feel like it's going to be an interesting show. It's going to be good. This is what Open Talk is about. This is what I do.
I'm ready.
All right. There was a moment. Let Amber do her thing real quick. She's gonna get ready. She's getting ready as you were doing your thing, and she's gonna take a couple of puffs, and she'll be back with us.
Very well. Very well.
Yeah, I almost have it all set up, I think.
And then I'm also gonna have Anton come in too, because Anton's very good at what he does too. And
Anton reads Vedic astrology.
so you're getting a tag team tonight.
You should read, I mean, not read, but while we're chilling, you should play my video. I know I'm not as pretty as you thought, Sterling, when I don't have makeup on and haven't brushed my
The
hair.
one from yesterday? Yesterday's show?
No. Play the show that it's Protons Neutrons. It's on Amber Dawn Rising. You can play that for a little bit. It's probably like 15 minutes long, but you don't have to play the whole thing.
Okay.
But I just kind of, I don't know, he's probably not even back yet, but I just kind
Yeah,
of
he's back. He's back.
You know, just to kind of see, like, I'm scientific based a little bit too. I'm not like fully scientific based, but I am very much, science does not have to separate us from God or from source, right? Science is a part of that. So that's what I never understood between, well, I think things are changing these days now. Scientists are finally starting to admit it.
Sorry about that.
But you know, in the past, like, science was always separated from God, and I don't believe that to be true at all. I don't see why it has to be separate, you know?
I do.
You do?
I think I do.
Well, when we have more time, we can discuss that. I would love to have a conversation. You
Sure.
can come onto my channel and we can talk about it.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
This is my little work area here. So I set up the ring light. That's my chakras, my bamboo.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm looking.
Oh, well, I'm showing you my workstation. I've got lots of crystals on it, lots of tarot cards. Yeah.
Thank you.
Did you find it, Rick?
Was it under videos or live?
Videos. I can look for it and tell you the title. You don't have to play it. I was just thinking.
No, I'm just looking. If anything, I could share we could share screens.
You were trying to develop a rapport with me as a scientific background, yeah?
Yeah. Even though it's probably not as technical as you, and I did accidentally call protons and photons. I mixed those up a couple times in the video. I noticed that later. I was like, fuck, I didn't mean fucking photons. I meant protons. But oh well.
Oh well.
How do I share on here? I don't know.
Yeah, let me see if I can set it up that you can share. Give me one sec. Maybe there's something I have to do on my side. I think you can share. Can you?
I have to get on. It doesn't matter. By the time I get this set up and everything, I'll already taken a couple puffs.
Okay.
And I'll be ready. So.
Yeah, because how long ago was that?
That was months ago.
Months ago? Okay.
Protons and neutrons, I think, is the title. I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking for it.
It's not like the best, but I was proud of it. I did a lot of researching and like studying for it, and I was like, I'm proud of myself.
Are you sure it wasn't alive? Let me see.
I'm going to try and find the link and I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah, because for some reason I can't. I'm trying to look at my computer, but I'm not so tech savvy or like with software. I'm good with electronics, so I'm not good with like searching
I'll
for shit.
find it.
And it's under the Rising, you said?
I found it.
Oh, you did? What? It is under Rising?
Yeah.
I can't see.
It's called Quantum Physics and Consciousness.
Oh, okay. No wonder. Okay, there it is. I see it. 6 months ago. You want me to put it on here?
You can just for a minute while I take a puff so he can see kind of like a little bit. I mean, he's probably going to think I'm retarded because I'm not the smartest person, but I tried. I tried. And I think we relate on that. I think we relate a little bit on that. I like to try to find relations between people and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I relate to you. We're both retarded.
Okay, I'm going to go take a
Welcome to Amber Dawn Rising. My name is Amber Dawn, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing.
There's
I would
an
love to
echo.
have you all here. For all returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate all of you.
Mute
little bit
your
about me.
microphone.
I've always been interested in space, planets, black holes, energy, and all things unseen. I grew up watching PBS, the History Channel, and any other network that I could geek out on. I took my first physics class in cellular and molecular biology in college. I'm no expert and have limited
Push the full
knowledge on the
screen.
subject. However, I would like to attempt to explain my thoughts on this subject. What is the subject, you ask? We're going to talk about particles and chemical reactions and attempt to correlate our minds, our focus, and how the understanding of quantum physics can help us manifest with intention. All links for the sources I've used for this video will be in this description below. So without further ado, let's get started. Particles. What are particles? Particles are a relatively small or the smallest discrete portion or amount of something. They are the basic units of matter and energy, such as a molecule, atom, proton, electron, or photon. Atoms. What is an atom? An atom is the smallest unit of ordinary matter that forms a chemical element. Every atom is composed of a nucleus and one or more electrons bound to the nucleus. The nucleus is made of one or more protons and a number of neutrons. The protons have a positive electric charge. The electrons have a negative electric charge, and the neutrons have no electric charge. Atoms are so small, there are more atoms in a grain of sand than all the sand on the beach. Our bodies are made of trillions of atoms, which means we are made of positive, negative, and neutral energies. Everything our body does is a chemical reaction, creating thermodynamics, and in turn, entropy, or the breaking down of a system, and in this case, the human body. Everything is dualistic in this realm, which in turn allows for infinite possibilities. Now, photons. What are photons? Photons are particles of light. They are a particle representing a quantum of light or other electromagnetic radiation. A photon carries energy proportional to the radiation frequency but has zero rest mass. A photon can cause an electron to transform from a higher state to a lower state. This is called quantum leap. This change releases energy and creates a new photon in addition to the one which caused the transfer. This photon can in turn induce more electrons to fall to a lower state. Depending on the orbit it's jumping to, that will create a specific color. Now, let's talk about brain waves. What are brain waves? Without going into specific detail, because that would be an entirely different video, I'm just going to break it down quickly. Brain waves are produced by synchronized electrical pulses from masses of neurons communicating with each other. They are divided into bandwidths to describe their functions. A continuous spectrum of consciousness from slow, local, and functional to fast, subtle, and complex. The bandwidths include infra, delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. One rule of thumb with brain waves, any processes that changes our perception changes your brain waves. Now, let's get back to particles. Probability wave. What is probability wave? Probability wave is a quantum state of a particle or system, as characterized by a wave propagating through space, in which the square of the magnitude of the wave at any given point of course corresponds to the probability of finding the particle at that point mathematically. A probability wave is described by the wave function, which is a solution to the wave equation describing the system. The observer is what determines where the electron ends up. You can look up the slit test, and that will give you more of an idea and a visual as to what I have just spoken about here. Speaking a little bit more about the probability wave, just to give you a little bit of an understanding of what I'm trying to explain here, is when there is a wave that is pushed out by the thermostasis of said system, this creates a wave where there's no specific point of a proton, meaning that there's nowhere for it to land unless somebody is watching it and giving it a place to land. So it is in the mind of the beholder. I have a question for you. If there are infinite possibilities and infinite parallel universes for those possibilities to exist and express, why are we just focused on one? Meaning this world, where we are right now. What do you think is keeping us focused in this reality? Leave your ideas in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say. So let's bring all of this information together. In my opinion, and many others' opinions, remaining neutral keeps the energy from swinging from negative to positive and then back again. This is called the middle way, according to the philosophy of Buddhism. According to the wave function, there are infinite options to where the proton ends up. And where that particle ends up is directly related to the eye of the beholder, as I said. Realizing that thinking, feeling, acting all takes energy. We stress when overthinking, and that elevates our thermostasis, or our temperature, which in turn causes a chemical reaction, dismantling the protons to a lower orbit, which then creates an energy release. This energy release creates a wave, and whatever you were thinking about will then direct the proton into creating more of what you were thinking about. When we calm our minds down and allow ourselves to be in the now, we will be able to focus on our eye on the beauty of what is, and that will in turn bring in more peace that your current state of being in the now represents. Being aware of what you are thinking about is important to create abundance in your life. Our reality literally changes with our thoughts. The state of the world is where it is now because many people are engulfed in fear, denial, anger, and all kinds of other emotions. And that is being reflected to us by all the things and circumstances that are going on around us. The more people focus on their own life and take responsibility for their part in things and where they set their focus on, things will begin to shift. The entire world may not change, but your entire world will. And the more people who understand this, the more the world will change into a more balanced and peaceful existence. So that concludes the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it gave some of you inspiration to go and study quantum physics. And above all else, I hope that this video helped remind you of how truly powerful you all are. Much love. Take care.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
Very easy to listen to.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I did a lot of research for that.
Yeah, like if you were like reading an audio book or whatever, I like your voice. You're easy to listen to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest part is if what I said made sense. I know it can be confusing, especially from somebody who's not a teacher, you know. But I like I said, physics and biology, cellular and molecular biology were my favorite courses. It's just fascinating how everything works.
Yeah,
And I try to explain it to people the best I can.
you did a good job.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, so we have Anton and we have Albert's back. Hello, hello.
So Anton does Vedic astrology. I don't know if he wants to do do a reading for you. I have my cards cleansed and ready to go. You're getting special treatment tonight, my friend.
Thank you all. I'm not worthy of special treatment, so I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm very thankful.
I
Your
think you are
curiosity.
worthy.
Curiosity. Hey, what's up, Anton?
You're welcome, Sterling.
Going on?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Sincerely, yeah. Thank you.
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. But we have Sterling here. It's very in the middle, not anywhere left nor right. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, who typed that in the private chat here?
Yeah, Sterling.
Yeah.
Why
Okay.
would
Well,
you do that?
I'm sorry.
you know what?
Whoa! I didn't type that. I didn't say that.
At the bottom it says Kevin.
Huh?
Who's Kevin?
No,
the
but
bottom-
it says. I didn't type that.
It says Sterling, and then at the bottom it says
Yeah,
Kevin.
but you can fake. I didn't say anything like that. I didn't type that. My hands are here. Like I didn't type that. I would never say that. That's ridiculous. I didn't know that said that.
Okay, well, who's Kevin?
I have no idea. You're asking me.
How did that Kevin get in here, though? That's what I'm wondering.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I think that this Kevin guy could have hacked and stole Sterling's name. I don't think Sterling will write all this. I don't believe
I
that.
swear to God, I never said that. I never said that. I didn't put that in there. I didn't know it was there until you told me. I didn't. Well, no.
That's what this Kevin guy said. I think he hacked Sterling's account or something.
I don't know who Kevin is. I'm kind of clueless. I don't know what's going on right now. I'm sorry. But I didn't take that. I didn't say that. Let me tell you something about Sterling.
Well, I believe it's Sterling. He wouldn't say that because, all the help that you were getting. I think this Kevin dude could be jealous of you, but I don't want to feed into getting in the problem. I think he used their name.
Wait, hold on a second. So what I suggest you do, Rick? Hold on a second. So what I suggest we're echoing. What I suggest you do, Rick, Albert, mute.
Hold on here.
Mute, babe. Rick, mute Albert.
I think he is muted, right?
It's not him. What the fuck? Is it me? All right, hold on, Rick. I'm gonna call you right now.
I don't know.
Rick, answer your phone when I call you.
Okay. So what I'll do is, this is how I'll do this. Let's see something. Let's see something here. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. The stream definitely got hacked. No, it's not you. It's not you. We know it's not you. Yeah, I believe. No, we know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start up a new show. And I want you to come back. Okay. Subscribe to the channel. My Mind Over Your Matter. So subscribe to the channel. We're gonna come back. We need to find a way to give you the link, so that way you could join the show. Just because the chat in StreamYard kind of got hacked.
Yeah, I'm thrown off, dude.
But I see it's gone. It's not on here. So I see it's got cleared out. It's just weird. The energy is
I
just
don't know
weird
what's
right
going
now.
on.
Yeah, we don't know either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start a new show.
Okay.
Because this was it's under the private messages. It's in the private chat where
Right.
all the names are coming.
So to type in the private chat, you don't have to be on the panel. You could just hit the join with someone in the backstage. Could have typed it, yeah. Or do you have to be on?
It could be someone backstage, yes.
Anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. But anyway.
Yeah. So anyhow, all right. So I'm gonna cancel everybody out, and then I'll bring you guys all back.
Cheers.
Hold on, let me bring in Anton.
Hopefully you're
Anton.
already doing it. I don't know why you would do that, but
Anton.
yeah. So I can send you.
Well, she's talking with Anton, so there's definitely something in the private chat.
Oh.
It's not anywhere in the show, so it's coming from the private chat.
Yeah, but
So we'll definitely be right back.